Good afternoon. My name is Karine Habshi, and I'm going to give you the Science and Technology of Energy course. This course is will mainly focus on the different forms of energy and how to convert a form to the other, and will see the efficiency of transformation of energy in order to have sustainable and efficient systems. To start with, I will go over the Moodle page of the course. So you can find first here several topics that can be of interest for you, because we'll see together that a major part of this course is a project, and the project will contain a literature review and the development of a methodology. Yes? Please, can you mute microphones if you don't have questions? Please mute your microphones unless you have questions. So here we can see first different topics of interest concerning the energy science and technology. I want you to go over these topics to see if any of this is interesting for you to take it as a project. If not, you can propose any idea. So if you want, for this first week, the task will be to select an idea that is related to energy in order to do a project on it. So in case you are not interested in one of these ideas, you can propose what you want. Just send me the idea and I will confirm it for you. Okay. So first, we can see here that we can tackle renewable energy, we can tackle conventional forms of energy, electrical, chemical, nuclear. So all of these types are of interest in this course. So for the first, here for this link, you can read a little bit about renewable energy and see what are the challenges facing it. We can also, I know that we have several backgrounds of students in this course. So some of you might be of economical background or chemical background or mechanical. So this is why at the end we'll be able to do projects on different fields, and will link transformation of energy also to economical analysis, because even if we have a very important idea and we are coming up with an original project, if financially it's not viable, no one will invest in it. So we might also be interested into studying the financial risk analysis of renewable energy technologies. Another possible topic is climate change in the Arctic. In this course, we'll focus also on the cause of climate change. And we are experiencing nowadays the disadvantages of climate change. You can see that the climate is changing in a drastic way in Lebanon, for example. So we can see what is the cause of this, what are the different causes of this, and how we can reduce this bad change. Another possible topic is harnessing the energy of small bending motions. So you can see here, as we mentioned at the beginning of the course, so here we want to see how energy can be transformed from one form to the other. So we can convert the mechanical energy, okay, due to bending motion, to another form of energy. We can store it and then use it in another way. For example, we can use it as electrical energy, for example. A topic linked to this is electricity generation from foodstuff. So again, we are converting mechanical energy into electrical one. And in other cases, we might be interested to convert electrical into mechanical. So it depends on the application that we have. Another issue, which is also related, if you want, to the climate change and global warming, is rising ocean temperature and how it might affect our Earth. Another idea can be on Internet of Things for remote powering devices. Oil companies investing in windmills. So here you can see that in renewable energy, we can study solar, we can study wind energy, we can study hydropower. So all of these can be topics for projects. Another interesting subject is Hyperloop transportation. We'll see that we are currently trying to develop transportation techniques that rely on renewable energy, as solar energy, for example, that can be very efficient and reduce the use of fossil fuels for transportation. Hyperloop is a very innovative and promising technology. So you can read about it in this link. Another interesting topic is hydrogen generation with limited carbon emissions. So also here we are interested into reducing global warming effects by reducing CO2 emissions. We can see we have several techniques to reduce carbon emissions by providing, let's say, new types of fuels, or by developing techniques that can store carbon. And we'll see this in other topics. Another possible topic is on nuclear energy generation. So as I told you, any science that will convert energy from one form to the other is of interest in this course, because at the end we'll try in this course to first define the science of energy and how we convert it from one form to the other, and then in the project we can study any of transformation from any initial form to final form. Another also possible thing to go over is harvesting energy from the sun, wind, and temperature using 3D printed trees. So as you can see, we have a lot of technologies that can be involved in conversion of energy from one form to the other. One of them is the 3D printed trees. Another topic is supercapacitors for energy storage. Energy storage is of high importance because sometimes you have energy but not in the time you need it. So whenever you have an excess, to not lose this excess, you need to develop technologies that are able to store energy. And here also we have a wide field of the different possibilities for storing energy using batteries, using supercapacitors, etc., using PCM, or using any material having a high storage capacity. Another topic of interest is nanoflow cell for transportation. So again, you know that transportation field is one of the most important fields that we are trying to develop, because this is one of the major sources of CO2 generation and harmful gas generation. So we are trying to develop new technologies to replace conventional fuels that we are using now. Another interesting topic is flow battery that can store wind, solar power for later use. So as we mentioned, in energy, we have to transform it, we have to store it, we have to distribute it. So any of these three can be studied separately. Storage is very important because, as we mentioned, whenever we have an excess, we can store it and then use it when we need this energy, etc. So you can see here more and more topics. So for example, other types of batteries, compressed air energy storage. So by compressing air, we can store energy in this form. Solar roadways, which will be based on the solar energy, which is renewable. Green buildings also is a very important topic. Whenever we talk about green buildings, we are developing techniques that will reduce the energy bill. Okay, and of course, we can not only reduce money consumption, but also bad gases emissions. Also, any type of power plant that is combining several systems can be also of interest. We'll develop in this course how we use, let's say, combined gas cycle turbines, how we can do heat recovery. So if we have a certain power plant that is generating heat, we can use this heat in another system in order to enhance the efficiency of the system to not have losses. So these are possible topics that you can think about. And of course, I am open to any other ideas that you are interested in, as long as it's related to energy. So I want you in this week to try to go over ideas that are interesting for you, or suggest for me the ideas that you. Now we can start with looking over the syllabus, and we'll see.
Professor,
Yes.
so if how many people per group for the project?
You can have up to 3. Okay, 3 per group
Okay,
is fine. Okay.
okay, thanks.
Okay, so let us now go over the syllabus of the course. So as we already mentioned, when we went over these topics, we can see the main applications of this course. So this course will cover the fundamental principles underlying the generation, storage, and delivery of energy. So your project can tackle any of these or combination of these ideas. The course will introduce you to the variable techniques of energy production that include fossil fuels and renewable energies, such as wind power and solar energy. We'll also discuss the methods of energy storage, and we will address the environmental and economic impact of energy generation and delivery. In addition, we will cover this subject to which students with a background in sciences and engineering could make paradigm-changing contributions like photovoltaic cells, wind power, batteries, nuclear power, and all ideas that we went over together. Now, concerning also the fundamentals of semiconductor physics, fluid thermal physics, and quantum mechanics will be considered because we need to give students understanding of the different topics related to energy transformation. You will see that in the first part of the course, we'll do a small review about, if you want, the physics behind energy transformation. We'll do some thermodynamic revision, some fluids revision. Of course, I know that some of students don't have engineering background. This is why I will explain from zero everything. So don't worry about it. You have explanation. All you need to use in this course will be explained for you. Now, as prerequisites, you should know basic physics, an introduction to thermal and fluid science. Even if you don't have, if you don't have an introduction to thermal and fluid science, as I told you, I will do a revision for you, so don't worry about it. And basic calculus and basic computer programming that you can use in your project, and physics 210 or what is equivalent. Now, concerning the textbooks, we have a lot of resources for this course because, as you can see, we'll tackle different backgrounds. So we'll